Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Cancer for the month of July, including late June 2025. So Cancer, happy birthday. It's your birthday time. Of course, you are in the element of water, so you understand yourself perfectly some days not. You are in your first house of your image, of how you project yourself onto the world. Who are you in terms of yourself? You may want to reinvent something a little bit, do something with yourself a bit differently this month, but definitely you are in the spotlight of all things you. And the energy around is the Page of Pentacles, so new beginnings coming through, solid, grounded. This card here is the nurture and feed sort of seedling idea, where you have something that's just a sprout, and then it will, as long as you look after it and feed it and grow it, it will turn into a big tree with prospect of incoming finance. So it's very grounded and it will yield you money, new project perhaps, for your next year around the sun trip. Okay. Where you are right now, Cancer. Now the Eight of Swords. Giving your personal power away, don't do it. Eight of Swords is literally giving your personal power away. It's sort of a prison of your own making, where we just do people pleasing a little bit, I would say, would be the main banner for that. Saying yes to everything, so as not to offend, but then in the end you offend yourself because you just feel, oh my God, why did I agree to that? It's just not in alignment with what I want to do at this present time. It's only a minor card, but it's a good reminder card to just keep your power for yourself sometimes, and therefore it kind of strikes out of a lot of other negativity that can sort of creep in sometimes when we're constantly saying yes to people when we mean no. So that should suffice with that one. But we'll find out what's influenced that to come in, and indeed for the rest of your reading, with this one. Page of Swords. So things are a bit up in the air. It's almost like that plastic bag blowing around in the wind. There's no sort of, it's not going anywhere. It's just sort of going this way and that way and just annoying, really. So it's time to ground things, as you have with the Page of Pentacles. So it's time to get something really grounded. Possibly at the moment it's just an idea that's sort of swimming around in your head, and you're thinking, I need to get that out of my head and into, something substantial. I need to start. I need to begin. Perhaps a good idea as well, but unless you actually put it into practice, you're not going to find out. It'll just drift around there for a period of time until it starts to be a pest. Also, this little Page of Swords can be exactly a pest. It can be people just gossiping and rubbish talking, and people with nothing better to do in your surrounds that you just sort of put up with and then think, oh my God, I wish they'd stop. But yeah, it's that kind of energy, especially on top of the Eight of Swords. It's that kind of, what's that old expression? A bag of hot air. It's just like it doesn't really do anything. It's just, airheadish is what I'm getting. So if you have that, which I believe can be around you at this time, because Cancer can be a very powerful month for people other than Cancerians. Even the other water signs can really struggle with Cancerian energy sometimes. It can be very sort of I can't even describe what it is, but there is a certain aspect about it that brings out this kind of difficult mental energy when there's Cancer energy around for other signs, if you get my drift. Okay, so let's see May, June, and see what was going on there, and still holds water today. 10 of Pentacles, so very, very grounded, very successful in terms of financial day-to-day runnings of things, routines, things going well, but you've worked very hard to get there. It's not easily earned, the 10 of Pentacles. It's stability plus plus. So you've got that sitting up there. Interestingly, you've got that as your backup, and then you've got this sort of swirly, airish energy here, which needs to be sort of nailed down and pay attention to it, because it's literally full of hot air, you know. I hope you get my drift. Okay, let's go to recent influences, and we have the 4 of Pentacles, hanging on rather than letting go. Very tiresome exercise energy-wise if you're just holding on to things. Can't seem to sort of loosen your grip on them. It's time to try and do that. Now, this can be tried and trusted, this one. This could be an aspect of yourself that you constantly feel like it pops up and you think, oh, I'm doing it again. It's a very subtle sort of energy as well. They call it the card of the miser as well. So it's those people who just look at their bank account but are too afraid to spend a cent. And there's something of an insecurity that lies in there, the fear of letting go, or the, you know, like that you've got to spend to make money kind of energy. So letting go, and of old stuff. 4 of Pentacles, mind you, it is a minor card, but major it has a major sort of spiritual meaning of that letting go process. Flowy letting go, especially in your birthday month. Okay, let's have a look at the lesson you'll be learning. Oh my God, all these Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, sitting on the outside looking in, feeling a bit left out in the cold, but not really left out. You don't really want to come in from the cold. You want to stay separate. It's a time of change too for you, I'm believing. Everything, we've got 3 Pentacles and 2 air signs here, so it's almost like they're very grounded at the moment, but things are changing and you're moving with that change with the 5. So as you can see here, you've gone from letting go to, you know, embracing that change of what happens if I do let go, and then you move on to the next stage, which can be slightly uncomfortable sometimes, obviously, because it's like the unknown, but then you just keep proceeding with it to see where it's going to end, thus giving yourself, you know, a different tack and a different result in order to combat this. And then we move to this. So if you have this energy will prevail in this 4 weeks, but when it does pop up, you just go, okay, I don't need to be running around with people. I don't need to feel like I've got to be inputting with people. I just need to sort of work this wheel of change in my life, gradual wheel of change in my life for myself. It's a very independent sort of exercise, you could call it. It's one of those things. Near future. And then we get the beautiful Ace of Cups, connection, spiritual connection with somebody, a connection with somebody that you have. You may have just met them, or you may have re-met them, if you know what I mean. Just they've come across your path again, and it's just such a great connection that you have with these people or this person. It is that soulmate kind of energy that we get. Can be platonic, can be romantic, it can be a passion as well that you just find and think, yeah, that's my thing. That's what I love. Beautiful card though. It's new beginnings and it's that opening up. And this is coming in properly, you know, first week of July. So it's an uplifting, beautiful energy for you to have in your birthday months. Okay, consecutive to that we have what's happening that you're not realising, and we have the Empress, the Mother card. So for some of you, this could be conception, this could be pregnancy. For others of you, it's literally just abundance, celebrating that strong female archetype of the Empress, who rules the sort of world in a way as she does, because she is, you know, she is creative in that she gives birth to things, whether it be other humans or whether it be ideas or but she just gets things going. Very creative time for you, so make good use of that. Plus, overriding everything, it's the Mother card. So whether your mother's here or she's in the other world, we always need to celebrate the mothers because they do an amazing job. Positive feelings. Two of Pentacles, so juggling things very well. Another Pentacles, juggling very well, getting things done. There's something coming up though. There's something of a new project on the side here that you're probably putting a bit of store by, that you're sort of thinking, okay, so we've moved on from this Page of Swords where you've actually nailed it down to be something, whether it's a course of study or some sort of other project. It's sitting there in the wings and you're sort of getting on with things, but you know, keeping that in mind that that's the next thing that you want to do. And with the Two of Pentacles, it's a decision to just do it as well. So you're literally moving things along, which is always a good feeling, because as long as it remains an idea, it's literally, well, what is it? It's an idea. It just floats around. You make a decision and then you proceed forward, especially with a Pentacles card, which is very earthbound. Positive feelings. Five of Cups, so embracing disappointment and sadness that you've had recently, revisiting that sadness and disappointment. It's about an unresolved issue as well, where you didn't sort of get the closure. You haven't got that closure yet. You're still working on it. In other words, you're healing over something quite deeply emotionally connected to you. The main thing is about this card, it has to be dealt with. You can't just run from it because it keeps popping up, as we know. The more we avoid, the more it's in your face. So it's about seeing the Five of Cups as not of disappointment and loss, but of, yes, accepting that, but then moving on to that healing phase of your life where you just, well, I guess we just learn to live with it, don't we? And it becomes like that, but it still sits there. It's there. It's sort of a grief card in a way, a disappointment card, but it's also a card of you can regain something out of a loss. And we all know what we do regain after deep loss. We gain a lot of introspection into life and how it works, and how we just have to sort of keep moving and carry it with us, really, but try to sort of spin the positive on it. That's the best way I can put it. The outcome. Yay! Ten of Cups. Love yourself before all others, and then they will love you. So not expecting to get love from others, but loving yourself first, and therefore love from others comes in, and it's fantastic. But if we're expecting people to love us to sort of qualify us in some way, well, we know what happens. It just doesn't work, does it? It sort of leaves us sort of empty in a way, because we can't do that. So you've definitely got the celebration of the Ten of Cups here, of going, okay, yeah, I do love myself. I've grown to love myself, and now then I can accept it from other people without sort of, feeling vulnerable or all the other emotions that are on display. So let's see, what will we put a qualifier? Let's put a qualifier on this pesky little page of swords, and I hate to be negative about him, but he's a pesky little spy and he's a little gossiper. So let's see what's underneath him. What is underneath the surface of his floaty issue? The Hawk. Omens and messages. Excellent. This is really good for that. When the Hawk appears, expect a message to be delivered to you to aid you in your quest. Be open to messages from others and be aware of omens and signs in nature. The world is constantly attempting to communicate with us, but we human beings have forgotten how to listen. So remember who you are, an intrinsic part of the great mystery of life. Listen and learn. This is the gift of the Hawk as he soars into your life from Avalon skies. I love it. Happy birthday. Have a great 4 weeks.